Guys,
hey everyone,
welcome back to another video.
yes.
This is what we like to call Gaz and Ange story time. If you haven't seen our last video, please go back and take a look at it.
This will make no sense if not.
Yeah, we've linked it up in the corner, and it's also down in the description below, because like Ange says, it won't make any sense if you don't. So for those of you who don't know, we went on the Gruffalo Trail.
It was a really, really fun afternoon, and you will have seen in the last video that we left you and we were happy but very tired.
Yes, so the Gruffalo Trail took around 2 hours to get round, and we rushed, didn't we, to make sure.
Yeah, we ran. You will see, we ran the whole trail.
Yeah, we were just like, oh, we need to get it done.
It was supposed to be, I think, 2.3 miles. I think we walked something like 7.
Yeah, and we had up until 7 o'clock
PM.
to get to the car and get out before the car park closed.
And we'd allowed ourselves half an hour to get from the last statue to the car.
Yeah.
But we overran. So we had 15 minutes to walk, was it 2 miles back from the last one?
It was a long...
We were the furthest away probably that we could have been.
Yeah, it wasn't a good place to be.
It wasn't.
And we arrived back at the car at 5 minutes to 7, and we were just like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, well,
we've done
we
it.
arrived at the car park. We saw the car as we were walking at the car park and went, oh, why are the lights on?
Yeah, so instantly like,
Gaz
that's a
took
bit
off
strange.
running.
So I went to the car.
Took off running.
And I was
Oh no,
like,
it's broken into.
No car keys.
Instant panic.
So I was like, oh my god. Ran back to Ange, looked at the pram, checked the pram over, checked Ange's, checked the bag that Ange had on as well. No car keys.
We emptied everything, all pockets, everything.
Now, the car has sensors in it, so if you're close with the car key, you can keep it in your pocket. You go, open the car door.
And
Boom,
it'll open.
It'll just open. It knows you're around.
So no car key.
Yeah, so we're literally like, okay, this is a bit weird. We've just walked, I don't know,
7 and a bit miles.
it probably wasn't that much. It was probably about 3.5 miles, something like that, around this trail. And we instantly went, well, the car keys must be there. And we have 5 minutes until the car park shuts and we can't take our car away.
Yes.
So Ange was like, guys, stop panicking, because by then I was literally hyperventilating, going,
Yeah.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
And do you know what? He was that panicked, we would never have, found the keys anyway.
No, I was proper panicking. And by then, so I ran off to speak to the forestry to be like, hey, this is the kind of situation we're in. Whilst Andrew's kind of looking for a number. So we have breakdown cover with the AA. And we're like, right, okay, well, let's get in touch with them. Because sometimes we've had it a few weeks prior. This is probably bad to say this, but we also left the car keys in the car.
And it auto-locked, which it shouldn't have done, to be fair. It shouldn't have done that. So
we're like, okay, well, maybe it's happened again and the keys were left in the car. So we'll ring the AA. AA can come out and see if the keys are inside the car. So spoke to the forestry. Forestry was like, it's fine. We're hanging around for another hour. You've got until 8 o'clock. Just obviously ring the AA as fast as you can, because you know what they're like. They can take forever.
they arrived really fast.
Within 10 minutes, the AA was there. So I left Ange to look after the car.
After signing a waiver to say that the AA were allowed to break into his car, and if they did some damage, tough.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, we're 300 miles away from home. I don't think we've mentioned that yet. We are 300 miles away from home. We need these car keys.
Yeah, because that's where the spare set was.
And to give a bit of context, the hotel that we were staying in that night was 20 miles away.
Yes.
So it's not like we could just walk into the hotel. All our belongings were in the car because we're doing this trip. It wasn't a good situation. So whilst the AA man was breaking into our car... I stayed for a bit until we got into the car.
To determine that the car keys were not in the car.
They weren't.
We emptied most of the belongings. They were not in the car.
Yeah. So then I ran off back into the forest.
It's gone dark by this point.
Yeah. We don't have any footage of this.
Oh no, there was just too much panic.
We don't have any footage
There was
of this.
too much panic
we
at
were
this
just
point.
like, oh my god, we've lost car keys. So we're really sorry. We're just trying to explain to you what actually happened.
Just to add a bit of context, the AA said that they couldn't recover us because we didn't have the logbook with us. So we would have had to get the logbook sent from home to try and allow them to recover the car to cut a new key. So.
And they said that it had cost over
£300 just to recover.
Yeah.
So Gaz was like, can you wait before you make that call to say we need to do this? Can you please wait?
Now, bearing in mind, you've seen the last video and you've seen how far we ran. And I had to do it all again to try and retrace steps. But it didn't happen all at once. Because as we were walking through, it started to go dark.
Oh yeah, it wasn't quite dark when you set off, was it?
No, it wasn't. So I'm there, running through this forest, trying to retrace my steps, and I'm running. I'm not walking. I'm legging it. And I'm going, and I'm thinking, right, okay, well, we went to, where did we go first? We went to the Fox, and I personally thought there was some places in particular that I could have lost him.
Because he threw himself on the floor in
like here.
Yeah. In absolute exhaustion, he threw himself onto the floor.
Or it could have been here, where I ran up the hill like an absolute lunatic to make sure I could get to the top.
Yeah.
So anyway, I set off on this trail, and it gets to the point now where it starts to get dark. And the AA guy was kind of like, listen guys, I can't hang around all the time, but we need to try and, if you think it's there, I don't mind waiting a little bit longer. So Ange rings me and she's like, right guys, we need to start thinking about coming back. And I'm like, no, I've pretty much got everywhere apart from the mouse and the fox. And then my battery got to 2%.
Bearing in mind, in this forest there is no lights whatsoever. So if his battery would have died, he would have been in the pitch black.
Yeah, so I'm there walking through with a torch, like on the phone, and I'm literally having to leg it back, thinking, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. I don't know if you've ever been lost in the woods in the middle of the night. That place has some noises that you don't hear during the day.
I didn't have to experience them. I was sat in the car. Actually, I wasn't sat in the car. Ollie was sat in the car. I was empty in the car, getting ready for the AA man to take us to the hotel.
So I run back to the car to say, right, I haven't. And luckily, the AA man, who's an absolute legend, he tried his best to help us out as much as he can, but he couldn't help so much because of the policy that we had. But he gave me his torch.
Big, powerful torch.
And was like, go into the woods.
And then you got the battery pack as well for your phone.
Yeah.
So he could charge his phone, so he was able to call us, and he wasn't out of lost in the woods. Lost.
Yeah. So anyway, managed to get there, and I'm like, right, here's the places that I need to get to. So I get to the point where I run up the hill, nothing there. I go up to the point where I fell over the big tree, and Ollie jumped on me and checked that.
No keys.
No keys. Went to the mouse.
No keys.
No keys. And then eventually went to the fox.
No keys.
So I'd literally ran this place twice.
Our exact route.
I used to run. I'm not a runner. I ran it. I was absolutely exhausted, but come to the conclusion.
There was one other place that we thought they could have potentially been, was where Gaz went to buy the Gruffalorian tearing mat.
Yeah.
And that was closed for the night.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, what are we going to do? We're going to have to wait till tomorrow now. And the lady from the forestry came over and said, look, I'm going to have to go. I'm really sorry. What are you doing?
And we were just like, well, we're going to have to wait now to kind of get some sort of taxi to come and collect us to take us
So
back
the
to
AA
the
was
hotel.
then told they weren't allowed to take us to the hotel.
Yeah. So we had to call
So
a
we had to
taxi.
call a taxi.
But the AA wouldn't allow the taxi. No,
The AA wouldn't. The guy from the AA called the AA to try and get them to call a taxi for us, because obviously we don't know any taxis 300 miles away from home. And they were like, no, sorry, because they've lost the keys, it's not part of our policy now.
Thanks, AA. Thanks for that.
Was it Land Rover's policy?
Yeah.
Land Rover had sent the AA out.
Yeah.
But
But
way,
anyway.
they wouldn't send us a taxi. I was like, we'll pay for it, just call us one, please. And they
Yeah.
were like, no.
But the AA guy did, didn't he?
The AA man
He knew
called off his own
the
phone,
local,
bless
he's
him.
local, which was really nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, at that point, I arrived back at the car. It was absolutely pitch black.
All our belongings are at the side of the car.
The AA man drove off and waved bye-bye and said, sorry guys, we can't help you. However, if you do need your car being towed, we can kind of sort that out in the morning. And then we got Taxi Man, or as Ange likes to call him,
Chin strap.
who came to kind of put everything into the car. And we then had to drive for 20 miles back to the hotel that we were staying in that night.
At this point, I was thinking, I'm going to kill Gaz. We're going to get COVID now, and I'm going to kill Gaz.
Yeah, and we've been so careful this entire trip in terms
So
of
careful.
making sure that we're doing the right things, and we literally had to sit there in this car for like,
With
what was
someone
it?
we don't know.
It was a good 30-40 minutes
It was.
in this car. And we get to the hotel, and we're checking in at the hotel, and we're like, oh, we've had a really bad day. And
And it's at this point, it is 9 o'clock at night, and none of us have eaten.
yeah, and we were like, is there anywhere we can eat? And they're saying, well, we're
sorry, the kitchen's closed.
It closed about 5 minutes ago, and we're like, oh my God.
And the manager overheard us get told the kitchen had closed. He was like, whoa, what do you want? We can put one more thing through for you. We can see you've had a bad day. We'll just stay open a bit longer. We were like, thank you so much.
I mean, I understand why he did it. The guy's literally seen us rock up with a car seat,
A pram.
a 3-year-old, a pram,
A suitcase.
4
bags.
Yeah, I mean...
Bearing in mind this was a 2-week trip and we didn't want to leave anything in the car.
We were literally Mariah Carey turning up at an airport. That's what it felt like checking into that hotel.
It did. We couldn't carry it all. There was that much stuff.
And obviously this is 300 miles away from home, halfway through our road trip. And we're like, well, what are we going to do? The AA guy was mentioning that potentially we could get our keys posted to us. So if we had any spare keys, we could use that. And that would be a lot cheaper than the recovery.
He also suggested maybe trying to ring a local locksmith that deals with cars to see if they could cut us a new key.
Yeah. But then came our saviours.
Yes.
Paul and Cheryl. Guys, thank you so much.
Our superheroes.
Yeah. I mean, they offered for us to have our keys sent to their house. Bearing in mind, we hadn't met these guys. We've met them online, but we hadn't met them in person yet. So that generosity alone was absolutely amazing. And then Paul offered to come and take us to
the next hotel, because we were spending the day with them the day after at Drusilla's, which will be the next video that we're putting out. And
the keys are obviously going to take a few days to arrive, so it would be a case of going there and getting it all sorted, which was really, really kind of him. And so he said, like, I'll come and pick you up the next day, we'll drive down and we'll get it all sorted, wait for your keys and I'll take you back up. Bearing in mind, this place is an hour away from their house.
Yeah, it was a big drive for him.
Which was absolutely mental. So we said thank you, and then we're in the hotel, and I'm absolutely fuming. Angie's like, it's okay.
I was like, let's just eat our food. There's no point in stressing about it. They're gone.
Yeah. The hotel was lovely.
Yeah.
The hotel
like,
was really
it's
nice.
a shame we didn't get to appreciate how nice that hotel was. It was only a Premier Inn in Tunbridge Wells, but it was amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, so I've been talking to Paul, I've been talking to some of the other guys from SAT discussions, just kind of saying, like, this is the situation. They're all laughing at me.
And then a light bulb turned on.
And I was like...
I'm watching the footage to see if I even took them with me.
Yeah, because I want to know where. Because obviously we could potentially go back the next day. If there's a certain place where I could see, okay, during this footage I can see it in my pocket, and then not, and then maybe I could find it. Because obviously being able to see it in the light is a lot better. So I start looking through the footage, and the first clip... Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
Welcome back to another leg of our great British adventure. Keys are there. And funnily enough, Ange then says,
"Wish us luck that we don't get stuck here in Bedgebury Forest for the night." I was like tempted fate straight away.
Yeah, that's ironic.
Game over, wasn't it, after I said that?
But I'm looking through the footage and I'm going out, and I'll show you the clips now. So I'm looking at it going, right, okay, well that pocket there, that doesn't look like the keys are in it, and my phone's in that one, and my wallet's there.
So he came to the conclusion that he hadn't put the keys in his pocket. So he was like, oh no, I've gone to put them on the pram, and they've fallen straight down and out, because we've got like a pram tidy, and at the back of the pram tidy there's a gap between the pram and the pram tidy. So he thought, I've just shoved them and they've gone straight out, so they could be anywhere on the trail in that case.
Yeah, but then I decided to check the pram again. So I went rooting.
Underneath a bottle of sun cream.
My keys were there. All along.
Underneath a bottle of sun cream. Do you know what the worst thing is? We both checked that pram tidy. We shook it, you couldn't hear him jingling or anything. And, as well, it's got that thing on it, so when the pram was close to the car, it should have opened up. It should.
So, so the next day, obviously, we told everyone about the fact that we found the car keys.
Yeah, Gaz got a lot of Mickey taken out of him, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I deserved it. I deserved it. But again, Paul and Cheryl, they very kindly offered to come and collect us from the hotel and take us to my car.
Yeah, they knew how uncomfortable we'd been in the taxi the night before and how much it had cost us. So they didn't want us to have to do that again, which, because it was an hour away, that was so kind of him to do that. So thank you again.
Thank you guys so kindly. And then we went on our day to Drusilla's.
Yeah, we had a great day with them then.
It was great. And that's coming up in the next video. Now, many people have said to me during the whole debacle of losing my keys, what you should do is buy a tracker.
It's got a tracker on it.
I have a tracker on it. And the battery ran out 7 days before we went away.
Yeah. So, the moral of the story is don't panic when you lose your keys. Calmly look through your belongings, because apparently when you're in a blind panic like that, you don't look properly. Do you, Gaz?
No, I don't. I definitely don't. But that, anyway, guys, is a story about how we lost our keys in the wood.
And then found them again.
Even though at no point did we actually lose them, it was just, we spent an absolute fortune on a taxi.
Yeah, that was an expensive taxi.
And then I got my car broken into and nearly got it damaged, and then I had to pay for that. And then we might have had to have the car taken away, which has cost even more money.
Oh, that was so much stress. We can laugh about it now. We were not laughing on that night, let me tell you.
But yeah, that's it, guys. Nick from NBYT, thank you so much for helping us out with this vlog. We asked him to make this music to go along with it, and he did this so very kindly, so thank you very much. And we will leave his video up in the top corner there. Go and check him out. Down at the bottom there is a link to the rest of our series. Thanks for watching this story of how we lost and found our keys.
How you lost.
How I lost them. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See you in the next one, guys.
See you later.
Bye.